You're tuned into Sports from the Hoodwood, the internet's foremost location for the most honest, inspiring insight and opinion on the world of sports. Now, once again, here's the man of the hour, After Hours. Your host, KJ Green.
Rounding third and headed down the home stretch in the Hoodwood. And thank you so much for your patronage and sticking with me through the blunders, bleeps, and bloops and blunders. They've been plenty. I'm trying to make this a cleaner sound and a more professional sound, a more professional look for the program. We're also changing the program production date so that you'll be able to hear it on Thursdays going into the current week of the NFL season, which will be starting up here in a few weeks. We're aligning the program so that we can better accurately put predictions out along with this week's opinions and insight in the world of sports. That's what Sports from the Hoodwood is going to be all about, picking football games here in the fall. I'm going to have a lot of fun, and we hope that you'll come along for the ride. But to wrap up the week, here's the final word from the Wood. And with Wimbledon going on, you have your usual cast of suspects vying for the prestigious titles. From the All England club, Caroline Wozniacki was upset in the second round today. And you also have Serena Williams continuing her remarkable comeback, cruising to a straight set win, 1-4, over Bulgaria's Victoria Tomova. But I'm not sure really which is more galling. The idiotic questions that come from the media contingent or the seeming insistence that the WTA has in drug testing Serena more than her brethren. Now look, I know that drug use needs to be heavily monitored and patrolled. We all know that Maria Sharapova more or less torpedoed her career with a drug suspension, but it also seems that the powers that be would like nothing more than to see one of this generation's best players in Serena get caught up in a drug use web. Now, Serena has been as clean as the Webster's definition will allow. She's only taken time off for maternity leave, which just seemed to gall the powers that be that one of the world's top players, especially a woman of color, would just step away from the game for something as trivial as the birth of her first child. Oh, whatever. But Serena has also been very vocal about the number of times that she has been, quote-unquote, randomly chosen for drug screens. Keep in mind, in 2018 alone, she's been tested by the USADA 5 times. That's right, 5 times. She's not objecting to being tested, only that the testing be done equally and fairly to all players, which in my opinion seems like a reasonable request. The media scrutiny of Serena goes back a number of years, and it seems that the media just likes taking pot shots at her personality, and her body. I mean, personally, I see not one damn thing wrong with Serena's body. She can play doubles with me anytime. And of course, she's a strong, athletic, beautiful black woman, and for reasons I wish someone explained to me, the media seems to be determined to put her in some sort of deeper check. I wish somebody would really explain to me why they do this. The media at Wimbledon were further annoyed that Serena skipped a media day to have lunch with one of her friends, Meghan Markle. Now, you may know her now as the Duchess of Sussex. She had a really, really big wedding about 6 weeks ago. You might have heard. The media contingent were appalled. How dare she skip the press conference? You know, I think she's skipping a press conference that would likely be filled with inane and insipid questions. Now, me, myself, I really don't consider myself a member of the media in the truest sense. I have no real interest in what makes a player tick, or I don't want to get into their heads. I just report on the goings-on in the sports world and give my nickel's worth of opinion on it. I don't try to spin the news about what's going on with players or what they're thinking. But it's been long known that the media has a driving obsession with Serena and what she does and how she does it. And they've been like this since her and her older sister Venus burst loudly on the tennis scene some 20 years ago. They seemingly made a lot of older white men uncomfortable, which me as a black man is something that I've always liked. The media's desire to tear down Serena for reasons that they can't even explain really needs to stop. And that's the final word from the Wood. Well, with the music coming up in the background, you know your time in the Hoodwood is just about done. I thank you so much for your time and your patronage, and I thank you for your visit. Now, keep in mind that the email is always monitored. It's kjgreen@blackbanditproductions.com. For show thoughts, ideas on topics, praise, and criticism, don't hesitate to drop me a line. Now, you can also catch the podcast weekly on a number of outlets. It's on Facebook at Black Bandit Productions and Enterprises on Spreaker, as well as Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio at Sports from the Hoodwood, and on Twitter at KJGreen20. So that's that. Until next week from the Hoodwood, fellow sports fans, I'm KJ Green, 30.
Sports from the Hoodwood
is a Black Bandit Productions and Enterprises presentation
of a 551 Audio and Films production.